All righty then. I'm going to call this meeting to order for the Polk County Board of Commissioners for Tuesday, March 12th, 2024. All commissioners are present. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right. Next up is comments for items that are not on the agenda. Ladies,
We wanted to come up.
remember the drill.
Joanne Cosby. I forgot. I should know
Okay.
these things.
Sue Bateman.
Joanne Cosby, 8317 Buffalo Lane, Grand Ron.
Sue Bateman, 8325 Buffalo Lane, Grand Run.
Okay. We wanted to come back and express our gratitude to you. You took care of the RV problem along the road. You took care of it quickly and thoroughly. Your public works cleaned it up really well. And we appreciate it. We didn't want to be like the other 9 lepers. We wanted to come back and say thank you. So
very much.
we really appreciate
Really
it.
appreciate it.
And we won't take up more of your time, but we just wanted to be sure and say thank you.
Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah. Thank you. You may have to be back.
No.
I-
If you don't mind, we have some other.
Not at all.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Have a good day.
Too. Any other comments? You're going to be on non-listed. Thank you, because it is company business. Any other comments, public? All right, looking for approval of minutes, March 5th.
Also move. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Passes unanimously. Reclassification of employee, Mr. Hawkins.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the board. Today, I'm here to request a reclassification of one of our health services manager 2 individuals. Specifically, this is Carrie Hammersmith. When we did a reorganization, Noel reached out to me just this last week and said, oops, we forgot to take care of Carrie. She has been handling much higher level duties than her current classification. So we're requesting that she be reclassified into a health services division manager. I'm sorry, there's a bunch of these manager positions over there. So she's currently a health services manager 2. I'd like to reclassify her to a health services division manager and make that effective March 1st. We aren't trying to right all of the wrongs, but we want to at least get it going for this month. If that is approved, the fiscal year impact for a full 12 months would be approximately $7,000 to include PERS contributions as well.
I'm good. It's up for me.
All right. Thank you all.
Thanks to Carrie for stepping up.
Yeah. And Carrie, the other thing we should note is that I think should be noted, Carrie didn't bring this up. She didn't complain about it. She just keeps doing her job. Noel caught it and she's the one who wants to address it.
Right. You've done a good job.
Okay. Next we have non-listed items. So I know of 2 things. We'll just get started. Lee Warren is here to answer some questions that were asked last week during the presentation for FACT.
Thank you, members. I'm here to shed some light or answer the questions that Commissioner Pope asked last week during the FACT presentation. First of all, clients in violation of the FACT program or the board or probation orders, they are held accountable through interventions and sanctioning up to and including incarceration. We use incarceration for all of our clients, mental health clients included when necessary. We focus on client health and community health, and if they are a danger to either one, we take them into custody. Secondly, this program is offered to anybody that we do supervise, probation clients and or post-prison clients. It appeared that Commissioner Pope was a little bit taken off guard by this statement. But I want to let the board know that when we are getting a release from prison, we do everything we can to make the transition as easy as possible. We bring in Polk County Behavioral Health during the release process. We do reach-ins where we talk to the client and the counselors while they're in custody. We do everything we can to make the transition to the community as smooth as possible and make sure they have the resources that we can get to them. And lastly, I just wanted to let the board know, in general, clients supervised by Polk County Community Corrections are held accountable. We use interventions and sanctioning process to hold all of our clients accountable. That again goes all the way up to and including incarceration when appropriate.
All right. Apparently you're looking at me like you're wondering if there are more questions.
I'm here at your beck and call, my friend.
Yeah, so back to the post-prison element, which I think is what you were referring to when I was taken off guard. Just simply that it just hadn't occurred to me before that, of course, we have post-prison supervision that likely has need for additional behavioral health needs once they come back home. So do you have a sense of how many post-prison clients that you take in from your supervisor role? How many we take in, or a percentage of those that we need to help in the fact-based program?
I don't have that exact number. I know that Jim currently supervises probably 2 handfuls, there's probably 10 or so on his caseload. I don't believe they're all in the fact caseload. He does have 2 caseloads, both are mental health heavy. He uses his fact contacts to supervise the other mental health caseload that we have. So he does have at least 2 good handfuls of post-prison supervision clients on his mental health caseloads. In fact, per se, I think there's only 1 or 2.
Okay. So that gives us a sense of, I guess what I'm trying to get to here is an understanding for myself and for the public of the impact of this kind of work for our supervisory folks. And again, maybe what that trend line has looked like in your career. I mean, I have to guess that this is becoming more prevalent than it was perhaps when you first started. And I won't say that a period of time. It's been a while.
I have been with the county for a couple decades now. And when I first started, yes, mental health was not something we spoke about and was not part of our job. But now a majority of the caseloads that come, or clients that come to our caseload, have some sort of mental health concern or need attached to it. Not all are supervised on the mental health caseload specifically. We try and use those for the more needy, the ones that need more help or guidance. But yes, mental health has become a very large part of probation and parole.
And do we put the characterization of mental health caseload, do we put drug addiction challenges or treatment challenges in that same category, or are we separating those?
When it comes down to it, oftentimes it looks like they're combined with today's culture and in our business. What comes first, mental health or drug addiction? It's difficult to find which one has come first. And so often they go hand in hand. Real severe mental health can't really be treated unless we get them clean. So sometimes we'll start with if the addiction is out of control or the higher need at the moment, we'll focus on the addiction to try and help figure out what the actual underlying mental health is. So it's a balance. It's a balancing act that we have to do. And we don't always get it right, but we try our best to get it right. But they do go hand in hand, it seems, because there's a lot of people, they don't know they have mental health when they're earlier in their younger life. So they turn to substances to help mask or mimic the symptoms. So it's difficult to find where it is until you get them clean and sober.
Yeah. Thank you on my behalf for coming forward and answering those questions.
Of course.
Yeah, I appreciate that too. The question about what do we do when they fall a line? He really skirted around that. So it's nice knowing for myself and the public's knowledge, knowing that incarceration is kind of that stick to force them back into line and to follow the rules. There's rules and guidelines in all programs. If you don't have that stick, it's pretty hard to keep them invested.
Correct. Well, as Commissioner Pope pointed out, I have been here for a couple decades, and Polk County has always been a county. And one of the reasons why I've stayed here is that we hold our clients accountable. We try and keep our community safe. That's our bottom line. That's what you guys want. That's what the community wants, and that's what we do.
They do a great job. Thank you, Lee.
Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, next up on my list of add-ons is a letter that I have produced on behalf of the board, if you're interested, per a request from Rachel Brandon at our extension office. If you don't know little Rachel, you should know her. I use little because she's just so cute, and she's grown up here, and I strive to try and give her 4-H awards every year when she was in 4-H. And maybe others here have. But she reached out, sent us all an email asking if we'd be interested, any one of us or all of us be interested in presenting a letter of support for a 4-H project that she's trying to get grant funding for. I'm saying this now for the record, in partnership with the Falls City School District, aiming to address limited access to after-school educational opportunities for youth in grades 7 through 12. And this goal is to provide some interest in STEM career pathways. This is specifically for blacksmithing classes, which I'm guessing would be quite fun. It's like that's the kind of stuff that I absolutely lunge for, trying to help 4-H programs support. So wrote, and these are her words. I was able to get from her and checked with her to make sure that these words were appropriate and useful, and she said, check, I like it.
I support it.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. So I have brought a final copy for signature, and that's all I have for non-listed items.
And just for open up conversation. I know we helped Perrydale High School when they extended their CTE program in their ag. And they also helped Central High School with their greenhouse. So if Fall City would have something like that, I would be interested in possibly supporting them as well. Because I know that's a community that really needs help. So looking in the future, if there's possibilities that may come up, I'd like to put that out there for us to consider.
It's a grant application process on them,
It is.
but
yeah,
maybe it's on extension.
This is probably done somewhat in partnership with the school district, at least the people who organize that. I do know the owners of the blacksmith business that have an Airbnb too. So you can stay there, make knives. It's pretty cool. So they're bringing that to the school and this, kids. So the school district is tangentially involved, but we can certainly encourage them to apply for any CT related to.
And hopefully they're teaching things other than just knives. I know that's what gets them in. I'm just thinking of
Spears.
swords. It's gotta be interesting to attract the kids first, but I know that's a great draw. And I know blacksmithing has so many.
Plenty of physics involved,
Yeah,
plenty of, chemistry,
it's awesome.
all sorts of
Yeah.
lessons.
Hopefully they teach them about how to make some horseshoes as well.
Well, yeah,
Horseshoes.
you would think.
That's a blacksmith's traditional work,
Yeah.
horseshoes.
On that same line, I went to the India Idea Hub event. I learned about a program that they support. It's a coding club, basically geared towards students who might not, be interested in sports or other activities, but they call it kind of like the cool nerd club. But it's not just a central school district program. It's also it's done with the library. It's a community program. So kiddos within and outside the district can get into coding, which is obviously an emerging skill that folks need. So also would love to encourage them to explore the grant process for the same reasons. Anyway.
Any other add-ons?
No, sir.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. We are adjourned.